Jordan Poole was drafted 28th overall by the Golden State Warriors in 2019, and he would quickly develop behind the two greatest shooters of all time. Soon enough, he began to unleash his inner Steph Curry in as early as his sophomore season, but it wouldn't be until his third season where he began being seen as a third splash brother, and soon turned into a star.
Launches.
And despite many doubters of the Warriors, Poole's breakout season in his third year saw him come off the bench, becoming the exact spark to revive the Golden State Warriors team. This season saw the Warriors make a deep playoffs push, and Poole did not disappoint at all. He was energetic, confident and clutch, playing one of the most important roles besides Steph Curry in the 2022 championship run.
He's got 3 seconds to get a shot off. Wiggins to Poole. Poole gets it off in time. Oh, he banks it in! He banks it in! They count it as the buzzer sounds!
But after this championship, things would quickly go south because, as a 22-year-old, Poole went from a mostly unknown rookie to a star in just 2 seasons, before receiving a 4-year, $128 million contract extension. And there's no doubt that this got to Jordan Poole's head. And this must have triggered his veteran teammate Draymond Green. And who knew this preseason punch would change the entire trajectory of the Warriors roster going forward? During the 2022-23 season, Poole's morale was clearly down. He seemed to feel disconnected with his teammates, and often looked very sad and disassociated with his team on the court. And after the Western Conference semi-finals exit in the postseason, a trade for Jordan Poole seemed imminent. Soon enough, a 3-team trade would occur, sending Poole from Golden State to Washington, and it quickly became clear that Jordan Poole felt betrayed. And so far, in over half a season with Washington, Poole has been performing far below his standards, and seems like a completely different player from his Golden State days. And now even Wizards fans seem fed up with Jordan Poole.
Tough shooting night for Poole again to not score. 0 for 5 from the field.
That being said, how bad is Jordan Poole actually? Welcome to Sportsphere. Let's get into it. Jordan Poole, a native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was born on June 19, 1999, into a supportive family with a deep passion for basketball. He quickly proved to be a natural talent, tearing it up on local courts since he was just a kid. Attending Rufus High School, he soon gained recognition as a great scorer and shot creator, and by the time he graduated, he was seen as the 92nd highest ranked prospect of his draft class, and also a 4-star recruit. This saw him soon commit to the Michigan Wolverines for college basketball. In his first season with Michigan, he played primarily a bench role of an efficient and reliable scorer. But it was his sophomore season where he really made a name for himself, scoring almost 13 points per game, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, shooting 52% from the field and 37% from 3. This great season gave him the confidence to declare for the 2019 NBA draft and be picked up by the greatest franchise in the modern NBA. The Golden State Warriors, known as one of the best NBA teams at developing talent, made no mistake with Jordan Poole, selecting him 28th overall. In his rookie season, with Klay Thompson out for the season's entirety and Curry also out for significant stints, this opened up a lot of playing time for the rookie out of Michigan. With Steph and Klay providing guidance for Poole from the sidelines, he showed great handles early, as well as confidence, although he was still adjusting to the NBA and had shot selection and efficiency issues. In his rookie season, in 57 games he played, he averaged almost 9 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. However, on an abysmal 33% from the field and 29% from 3. Not great, but he was a rookie at the end of the day, on one of the worst teams in the West. In the bubble season that followed, this saw Klay and Steph both make returns and have significant stints. As for Poole, although his minutes went down, with 2 great shooters around him, this gave him more opportunity to get more space, which saw him get a lot more buckets. For the season, he averaged under 20 minutes, but scoring 12 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists, on a much improved 43% from the field and 35% from 3. But more importantly, Jordan Poole provided great spark off the bench, especially later in the season, proving to fit in the roster and Warriors culture very well, as he slowly began gaining more respect from his teammates. Jordan Poole's third season saw him become a regular starter and finisher. He played 30 minutes per game, scoring almost 19 points, having 4 assists and 3 rebounds, shooting 45% from the field and 36% from 3, which were all career highs. More impressively, Poole was the best free throw shooter in the entire NBA for the season, shooting almost 93% from the stripe on 3.5 attempts per game. He demonstrated elite ball handling skills, consistently making highlight-worthy plays. He soon held the nickname Poole Party among the Splash Brothers, would become a fan favourite, and also become the best RZA in the NBA. His impressive regular season performances alongside Steph, Clay, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, and a great supporting cast saw the Warriors secure the 3rd seed in the West before an unforgettable playoffs campaign. In the 2022 playoffs, Poole's numbers went up even more, despite a drop in points to 17 per game. He would shoot 51% from the field and 39% from 3 in just over 27 minutes per game in 22 games, before the Warriors took home their 4th championship in the span of 7 seasons. An unlikely championship for the Warriors, with Poole bringing youth and excitement to the Warriors, playing a huge role in the chip. With that said, who knew that Poole's biggest achievement of his career would lead to a tragic downfall that no one could have predicted? Because, as we've seen from many young players in the NBA, after securing a contract, it's easy to become cocky and complacent, especially when the contract was more or less a reward for an NBA championship. So with lack of better terms, Poole was floating on cloud 9, and likely brought that demeanour back to the locker room in the 2022 off-season. And there was one man who took offence to it, Draymond Green. And we all know the infamous punch that was leaked by TMZ. Regardless, this led to a mediocre season for the entire Golden State Warriors, where although they still won some games, it was a fall from grace from their prior season, where despite having an elite 33-8 record at home, their 11-30 record away was questionable. As for Poole, it was clear that the aftermath of the pre-season incident still lingered in his mind, where although he still had good output, he had decreased efficiency and his chemistry with the team was clearly off. And after the second round exit to the LA Lakers, Poole would be traded away by the Warriors, where Golden State would acquire Chris Paul, sending JP to the Wizards. And this began an era of Poole on a young team, where he had to step up as a leader. But this proved to be not the case. Before the season began, Poole was seen as a frontrunner to win the Most Improved Player award, and this made sense considering the lack of established players around him, with Kyle Kuzma probably being his best teammate, which would see him get a lot more shots. But this was simply not true. So far this season, despite showing some signs of the 2021-22 Warriors Jordan Poole, he's gone from the top free throw shooter in the NBA to having the second lowest true shooting percentage in the league, second to only rookie Scoot Henderson. This season, in around 50 games, Poole has averaged 16 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, and 3.6 assists, shooting 40% from the field and 29% from 3, where he's showing resemblance to his rookie year with the Warriors more than any other season. When observing his play, he seems sad, disinterested, and often frustrated. After his 0-point performance against the Cavs, that made it his 5th game of the season having under 6 points in a game, which rarely even occurred for Poole in a Warriors jersey. Not to mention, the highlight reel blunders from Poole have not been easy to watch, and although it's obvious he isn't the same player with the same mindset, it's hard not to feel bad for him. But still, how bad is Jordan Poole actually? Well, it's no secret that Poole is having a bad season, and there's no doubt that he currently has a bad mindset conducive to basketball success. But to say Poole is a bad basketball player is just not true, because we all know what Jordan Poole is capable of. As for his poor basketball mindset, it can be heavily attributed to him going from the greatest NBA team in the past decade to one of the worst teams in recent times. It seems like he's missing guidance, veteran teammates, and is experiencing the ugly side of the NBA as a business, where he was shipped to DC after getting punched in the face by Draymond, and still seems to be recovering from a strange situation he's unfamiliar with. And the truth is, there aren't many people that can understand what he's dealing with. With that said, a better question is, how good is Jordan Poole? Well, there's no doubt that Poole is an all-star level player at his best. There are still plenty of years before he even hits his prime, so the potential of Jordan Poole is still limitless. He can even become an MVP level player, but the choice is his. Anyways, that's it for the video. Why do you think Jordan Poole is having such a bad season? And do you think he will bounce back? Please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching Sportsphere, and we'll see you in the next video.